Previously on Alan Wake. I came to Bright Falls with my wife, Alice.
Thank you for coming here with me. I thought maybe you could write here.
I don't want to hear it! God damn it, Alice!
Now, she's missing.
Alice? Alice?
I woke up behind the wheel of a crashed car. I'm missing a week. I was attacked by shadowy men straight from a nightmare. The sheriff took me to the lake Alice and I had stayed at, but the cabin had disappeared.
Episode 2, Taken.
Honey, I'm home.
Back here, sweetie. How was it?
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up.
Alright, so I need to have some coffee.
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks.
Okay.
I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
Hey, this is beautiful. Look at this balcony. I was gonna say look at this view, but there is no view. But that's such a nice... I love having windows because then the light just seeps in. Bookshelves, wow.
Oh,
Hello?
hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
Oh my gosh, is she a designer or a photographer? That looks really cool, the light box and the film strips. And I wonder what book that's for, unless that's the one that we saw before. Oh wait, these ones.
These look really good.
Oh, it's the cardboard
Sure,
cutout.
until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called.
Alice, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, I'm here, I'm
Please
here.
check the fuse box.
Okay, okay.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
Oh, fuse box? Alice is scared of the dark. Focus. Wait, F? There. Fuse box is right by the door.
Honey, it's a power
Oh, yeah.
outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay.
Alice.
Hi.
You okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
It's okay.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you too.
Aw.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
We have to find Alice. Present day back at Bright Falls.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
I sure hope so.
I'm sorry you had to cut your morning fishing short for this, Doc.
Oh, she's a beauty, ain't she?
Yeah.
Not the biggest I ever caught, if you can believe that coming from an old fisherman like me, but she's right up there. Now, she's a largemouth bass, which is what you're after if you prefer a lure. Now, if you want either trout or salmon, on the other hand, then it's fly fishing for you. You a fishing man, Mr. Wake? Oh, doesn't really matter, I suppose. But it can be very relaxing out there. You can't get me off the water this time of year. Closest thing to heaven.
I'll take your word for it, Doc.
It's nice when people have hobbies. Lights are on. Oh my gosh, it's the lady. She was there yesterday when the lights were. What are you doing?
Thank you for testing the lights, Miss Weaver.
Oh, she's testing
Everything
them.
seems to be fine.
I don't have the luxury of being complacent, Deputy Grant. The bulbs will need changing soon. You can't change them in the dark.
I'll be sure to take care of it, Miss Weaver. Have a nice day now.
Very good. I'll come back later on to remind you, just in case.
Okay.
Mr. Wake, the sheriff is waiting for you in her office down the corridor.
Okay, thank you.
That
Sheriff's
was Cynthia
office.
Weaver. I guess you can call her the town eccentric. She used to be the editor of the local newspaper, but she's focused on, other things these days.
She'd fit right in where I come from.
As you can see, she's a little obsessed with maintaining the light bulbs of the whole town, refuses to step on shadows, things like that. Back in her day, she wrote about all sorts of weird things in the paper. Bright Falls has a colorful history. Of course, what small town hasn't?
She's right too. Have you seen this man? Disappeared on the 6th. The twist American dates. On the 20th of June, 2007. Missing. Richard Bow, Bruce Stansky, and Jacob Miller on a camping trip overdue haven't been in contact. If you've seen them or know their whereabouts, please call 555-9932. Thank you. So many missing people, and there's, I don't know, that looks like the same poster maybe. Sarah Breaker, Sheriff.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake?
How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me, I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
What?
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
She was kidnapped? Wait.
I need some fresh air. Can I go out? In the back, maybe?
Of course, Mr. Wake. I understand. You can get there through the cells. Deputy Grant can show you the way.
I'm sorry. All of this, it's just a lot to take in.
Take your time, Mr. Wake. I understand. Can I ask you what the call was about, Mr. Wake?
It's personal.
Well, we are looking for your wife, and I'm going to need your cooperation if I'm going to help you.
I need a moment, after I get some fresh air.
Okay. You can find me here. We'll talk when you feel up to it.
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor. Just don't mind Walter in there. He's one of our regulars.
I thought he quit drinking for good.
Oh, no such luck. He went on a bender and beat Danny pretty badly. He started shouting like that the moment he woke up.
They don't understand. They won't listen to me. I need it to be bright in here.
Oh my. I would happily turn the light switch on.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Hey, you're all right. You're a good guy. Don't let anybody tell you different. You know, I shouldn't even be in here. The cops, they got it sure, I beat him up, but I wasn't drunk. I mean, I wasn't drunk at the time. I only got drunk afterward. Okay, listen. You gotta listen carefully now. Here's the kicker. That wasn't Danny. No, sir. It only looked like him. You wanna know who it really was? I'll tell you who it really was. It was a goddamn space alien! I know it sounds like something a drunk would say, but believe me, I wasn't drunk.
Alien? Whatever he saw, he tried to drink it out of his memory.
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Left. Alright, these boys, yeah. Kick. Obliterated that. And, oh, manuscript page, almost missed that. F5. Oh, this is episode 2. Wake at Lover's Peak. I don't think I found all the pages in the last episode. There's heaps here.
The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall on the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
So he killed something in the shadows, but we haven't found our wife yet at this point. Alan is woke.
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
What? Examine the junker. Oh! This truck.
Barry?
Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week. You
Our
and
agent,
Alan.
I think?
Oh, I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry,
What?
listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Al, what the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to
Elderwood
meet
National
Alice's
Park.
kidnappers.
Wait, Barry's here, exit the sheriff's station. That's really weird. So I guess, oh, there's the coffee and there's a radio.
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off for a while. God knows I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before I go. It's been a busy night for the sheriff's department. We've had a few broken windows, even a report of shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their Deerfest float. Now, folks, we get this every year. I know it's exciting that the big day's almost here, but let's save it for the party and leave the gunplay for the shooting competition, huh? There's no point in getting all worked up yet.
Alright, let's go back through. Oh, wait, manuscript. They're everywhere. So this one is the dark presence in the diner.
In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
I wonder, is the dark presence... Well, could the dark presence take form of that old lady that was in the diner? Back at the toilets? Perhaps. I don't know where it's from, though.
That reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it
That's
from
me.
nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
You'll write the story to save her. You know, I swear when I looked this way there was no TV, but I guess I didn't look right in the corner. Alright.
Marvelous, Sarah. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent and regrettable little outing. They are not accountable for their actions, of course. I can assure you that my staff has been reprimanded.
Tor and Odin never caused any trouble to anyone when they were still living at their farm.
Indeed. All we can do is to slow down the progress of their dementia.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave.
No, there
Am I
was
free to
coffee
go?
back there.
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
Isn't that
I had
closed?
the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey! Oh my! Take it easy.
Right in front of the sheriff.
Hey, nobody move. Get your hands off of my client.
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
Thank you so much for the one bit,
I had
slightly.
to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him!
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan.
Look at this. Bucktooth Charlie. Columbian mammoth. The skeleton of a Columbian mammoth. Mammothus columbi. This specimen, estimated to be 14,000 years old, was recovered from the La Brea tar pits in 1981. It was donated to the Elderwood National Park in 1998 when the Columbian mammoth became Washington's state fossil. Named Bucktooth Charlie, it has become the park's official mascot. What are they called? Places with
Seriously, Al,
animals.
what you were saying in the car? Just listen to yourself.
I should be telling.
You shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? Are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice.
Do
and
you
everything's
understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
Let's see, we need to talk to Rusty, who looks to be the one outside.
Easy there, boy.
Oh.
I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What
There's
happened?
a bear trap.
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes. Well, at least Max is gonna be okay. He got lucky.
Alright, let's get to the desk. Oh,
Seriously, Al,
Max.
you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing. Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
I feel like something's gonna happen to Barry. Anyone near me is gonna get destroyed by the shadows. There's all that big, sometimes smaller. Oh my gosh, you really need Animal Crossing? Friends keep bragging. I'm glad your friend's still playing it. Explain why low visual quality equals worst audio. I guess it's all bundled together. Hydration checks for me. Alright, here's your form.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
I want to pet the dog. Look at all.
If you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that. Oh, and hey, if you take a walk in the woods, watch your steps so you don't end up like Max. I guess I'm a little worried. We got a bunch of campers out there we haven't heard from. It's not like these people are on a schedule, but with the traps, well, you know. I just don't want any trouble.
Right. Thanks.
Okay.
Look, Al.
You ready, Barry?
You're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof
Still kind
into
of at
thin
it.
air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms.
Not hearing it. Wait, it's nighttime already?
That's just crazy talk, Al. Al. Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Little man's got hay fever.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be Deliverance all over again.
Bless you.
Alright, I guess we're on our own now. But I'm gonna check this way first, in case there's anything that I need to find. This is a really nice cabin, like just on its own. Another coffee. Oh, what's up? Manuscript page. Barry doubts Wake's sanity, so that just happened to us, right?
Barry had never gotten along with Alice,
Aw.
but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry. I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
This is such a beautiful place. Wait, what's this? Visitor center is that way. Was that a raccoon in there or a bird? It screeched at us. Or a cat? Why would there be a cat here? That'd just be a detriment to the native wildlife. Hello? Is there any... Oh, green blinking thing. Radio.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage. No plan, really. Just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know.
Oh, tell me about it. No sack race for us older gentlemen, huh?
Yes, exactly, Bat. But I'm gonna check out the parade, of course. And I'll be one of the pie contest judges, too.
Well, that takes a different kind of constitution.
Oh, yeah. It's my kind of exercise.
Now, Doc, seriously, you're in pretty good shape, though. You're the outdoors type. I know for a fact you're an avid fisherman.
That's right. Matter of fact, just caught a heck of a largemouth bass early this morning.
But you're not taking part in the fishing contest?
No, not this year. See, Pat, I'm just not that competitive anymore. Now I just like to take my time and enjoy the peace of it. It's no fun if I need to worry about what I'm catching, you know?
Well, considering your track record, the participants are probably pretty happy you feel that way.
Well, Pat, that's kind of you to say.
Alright. It seems like everyone is on this radio show. I mean, it is a small town. I'm just turn on all the lights. I feel like more power. Wait, is that just suspended off the cliff? That's really dangerous. I mean, okay, no, it's on the cliff still. Has anyone been to a place like this? Like all the way out in the woods, log cabins, just scenic views all matched together with the roads and stuff. I mean, that's really cool. We don't, well, I guess we do have stuff like this. I've just never really gone to one before. Barry, Alan, Rose, and the sheriff. Wait, what? Why? Maybe I shouldn't be stepping in the shadows. That's how you win the game. Never step in shadows. Impossible. Alright. What's this? Moonshine Cave, Lover's Peak, and the Nature Trail. Is there anyone actually around here? Why is this one broken? Oh, and the light switch of course isn't working. Oh no, not the TV.
Crime and punishment. The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially in Night Springs.
He's a weird one.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Had it coming?
Insane.
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. Took your kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow, that sentence really flows, huh? Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face?
Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
What about dental records?
That must be difficult.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. But the white shirt is on the dead guy.
It's plenty red now.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark, believe me.
You bastard.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent.
baby in the mirror.
It's really creepy. No, 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 no. All the things that are going on. They're getting closer. I killed one. More birds. Manuscripts. Let's see. Rusty dying? Wait, Rusty was the guy tending to the dog.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page.
Why would I write that? Oh my goodness. Is there anything this way? Go this way first. Like, humans are about to be eaten by those birds. Another manuscript.
Rose knew that Rusty was in love with her, and she liked him too. She liked him a lot. He taught her to dance, and life had certainly taught her the value of a man who was gentle. He treated her well, made her smile, made her feel good. But Rusty wasn't the prince of her dreams, and that tended to underline the unbearable truth. She was no closer to that Hollywood magic than he was.
Visitor center? Alright, he keeps having the flashbacks.
This was no head injury.
Wait, what? What?
Rusty, damn.
Rusty, hang on!
Rusty?
I'm coming! Please, help me!
Wait, in the visitor center. Wait. The manuscript was for the visitor center that's right here. Right? Rusty? Okay, the tree fell, but what happened to that building?
Can you
I'm coming.
hear me? Anyone?
Rusty?
Hello? Back here. I'm back here. Hey.
Wait, oh, there's the bear.
Mr. Wake?
Rusty?
Oh, hell. It happened just the way it was on that page.
What page? How did you know?
Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Give me.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back.
Free the dogger. Wait.
Whatever
What?
did this couldn't be
Revolver.
par. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
The lights. So
The
people
only way
can
to make
find
sure
them?
that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
Unlock. Got it. Alright. Or manuscript. Let me just check that first. Wake reaches a safe haven of light. That's
At
soon.
the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
Batteries. Circuit.
I was too late.
Stucky?
Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker.
Oh
There
my
was
gosh.
no way to get the lights back on.
Wait, let me go back. Rusty!
Rusty!
The ground was covered with oily patches that looked like liquid darkness.
Oh my gosh. Okay, first battle. You're dead. I meant you're done. Can't hit that one. Blind you? No! Reloading. 1, 2, 3. Keep ducking. the oil is shadow. Wait, I can get rid of it? Hold on. So I can destroy the darkness. I don't think Rusty's gonna be okay. Wait. Rusty?
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Oh my gosh, wait. Rusty?
Please don't feed the animals.
He's one of them now.
Fishing is only for those visitors who purchase a park fishing license.
Wait, where's everyone getting these axes from? I want one.
Instructions at all times.
Oh my gosh, he's fast.
Rusty, no! Never.
Wait, where'd he go?
Two bears and wolves never approach any other wildlife closer than 25 yards. Pets must be leashed at all times. Never leave and unattended.
Oh my gosh, he's actually Sonic.
It is against the law to remove any natural objects or historical artifacts from the park grounds.
Where are you?
This includes even rocks you made or even simple berries.
Even simple berries. Remember that one. I don't know where the doggo is, but I'll have to check on him once I've dealt with Rusty. There you are. Come here. Oh my gosh, I'm missing out all my batteries. Another one? Oh my gosh. Closer, closer. Got him. Alright. I'm sorry, Rusty. Yeah. Reload. Aww. Still gotta reach Lover's Peak. Wait, where's the doggo? Max? He's got a hook! A really, really big hook. Well, I think Max got out. Max and Toby are the two dogs that are hanging around somewhere. Hopefully dogs aren't affected by whatever this all is. Can I go this way? 18 ammo. Is the shadow just destroying the whole park? I don't know. Checkpoint rate. This is really pretty. Seems like a complete fire hazard there. Fun way to go. Oh my goodness. No?
What the hell was that? I saw it from the window. I saw something.
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy. Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
Barry is not safe. Alright, let's see the manuscript page. Rusty's final thoughts.
In that last instant of consciousness, Rusty thought about Rose. He was older than she was. Rose was barely out of her teens, but she made him feel young and forget what a train wreck his long-dead marriage had been. He still wore the ring. He'd been waiting for her to tell him to take it off. Now she never would.
Aww. Let's see, Lover's Peak is in this direction. Oh! Bask in the light.